Hi, everybody. Monica here. I know it's been a long time. I've got some explaining to do, which I will do in another video. But today I wanted to show you a little card tutorial featuring some quick ink blending, die cutting, and my inserts that I use on my cards. And a few other things, especially a big boo-boo that I had to fix. So I'm so glad to be back. Just got to say that. So right now what I'm doing is I'm ink blending. I wanted to get some custom colors to match some pattern paper that I'm going to use. And I'm using the Distress Oxide inks. I'm using Wilted Violet and Worn Lipstick. And I'm not too concerned about them being a perfect blend. I'm really kind of looking for just a variation in color for the die cuts that I'm going to use. I've chose 3 word dies that all say the word love on them. I have 3 different ones. Actually, I have 4, but truth be told, I tried 4 of them and one of them didn't work, so I only ended up doing 3 cards. But right here, I'm just trying to blend the 2 different colors so that I get the variation. It almost looks kind of like pink clouds, right? So that's kind of cool. That's what I want. If I spent more time blending, I could get a real smooth finish. I got those blending brushes on Amazon, by the way, and I will put links to everything in the description for you. So here's the cutting dies that I'm telling you about. See, that's the 4th one, that little one there. I didn't end up using it, but there they are, all cut out. I got those all, I believe, from AliExpress. They're really affordable over there on AliExpress. And I will leave links for you in the description if they're still available. I must have bought them years ago. And this last one has a choo-choo train underneath the letters L-O-V-E. And at first, I didn't think I was going to use the train, but I ended up deciding to use it. See right there, I only have the cutting dies of the 2 words that say love and just the letters from the one with the train. And now I'm just assembling all of my pieces. I am going to use that pattern paper. A friend of mine mailed me a whole bunch of pattern paper, and that was one piece of it. It's from a 12 by 12 stack. And I decided to double up on the layering of the cutting dies so that of the cut die word dies so that they look a little bit more sturdy and have a little bit more substance to them when they're on top of the pattern paper. They kind of need it. For one, it's a busy background and I need it to stand away from the background. And 2, it looks better. It looks more professional. And I'm happier with it. So I had never tried that, to be honest with you. I was just thinking, but it works. And you know what else works? I tried it once, and I'll try and show you a tutorial about it. A styrofoam plate will cut beautifully through your die cutting machine, and it gives a lot of layer. I don't know if it's affordable, if it's cost effective or not, but it worked really, really cute. I did a kitty cat card one time with that. And here is where I decided to get a little bit creative. I wanted to do ellipses, you know, the dot, dot, dot after the word love. And I didn't want to use a tiny little round circle cutting die 15 million times. So I pulled out my hole punch and I cut from the colored paper, and that's using all of that blended paper, right? Isn't that a great use of all that? And then, of course, I'm going to need backings to make it as sturdy as the word dies. So I cut out pieces from the white side of the paper, and that paper is really thick. I learned about that paper from Mary Polanco's video. That's the choo-choo train part right there. Mary Polanco did a great video on the paperweight, the weights of paper, and I was confused about it for a long time. I will put a link in this description for her video too. Just look in the description. There's going to be lots of links in there for you if you're looking for anything. And if you're looking for something that's not in there, just leave a message and I'll answer you. I love to hear your messages. And so here, this little pen I got from the Dollar Tree. It's an e.l.f. product, and it's just a wax pencil. I think it was, the packaging said something about using it for eyebrows, but I knew it was going to work perfect for picking up little pieces for my crafting, and it sure did. So here I'm just trimming. These are cut to 4 5.25 by 5.5, which is the standard card size. But I want a white border on the outside of the card base, so I'm trimming off a 1/4 inch off of each side, which will leave me an 1/8 inch all the way around. All right, now I'm just positioning my word dies, and see, I can see the one that says love. It's just not going to fill enough of the space there. It's too empty. So I decided, okay, I'll use the little train. I cut it anyway. The only problem is like I said, this paper is really thick. So I had to get in there with my craft scissors and trim away some of it to make it work. Doesn't it seem like the train should be going the opposite way? Like if you're going to open, you read right to left, right? Or no, left to right. So it would go the other way. It just bugs me why this train is going this way. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to you. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it's just the graphic artist in me. Oh, by the way, I am a graphic artist, and I've been thinking that I want to do a series of videos that explain the principles of design. And some people say there's 6, some people say 7, even more. But generally, you've got things like contrast, balance, movement, white space, hierarchy, repetition or pattern, typography, and things like that. And they all lend themselves to card making. And I think it'll be really helpful for new card makers because I think we're just getting a whole bunch of new card makers into the card making community because of the shutdown, right? Something to do. And when I discovered card making, I loved it. So anyway, I'm just placing the card or I'm placing the die cuts on top of the choo-choo train boxcars. Little plaid pink and purple and almost like a chartreuse green. I'm just trying to impress you with my knowledge of color names. Chartreuse. Anyway, so here's the little dots that I cut out. I was going to do, like I said, an ellipses, dots, and I didn't leave enough room. So I'm just going to make them little circles that are like sequins. A lot of people use sequins. I don't like to use sequins because they fall off in the mail. And they give too much of a weird bulk to the cover of the card. That's my opinion. Lots of people use them, so obviously they don't agree with me. But I think these look cute, just a little sprinkle of almost like confetti. And for the train one, I kind of made it look like little puffs of smoke coming out of the engine, the train engine. I love that wax pencil tool thing. You can buy that one for $1, or you can spend a lot more money and get other ones. But why? Save your money for cutting dies and stamps and things like that. So it does leave a little bit of a wax residue, which wipes right off, no problem. Okay, so now I've decided that that works good, and it leaves a nice little white border. So I've got this double-sided tape, and I like to use tape on thin paper rather than glue because sometimes the glue will buckle underneath, I guess is the best word. I think tape is better. It's really, really strong. Also, this particular tape, not all double-sided tape is this strong, which I found out. That's where my boo-boo is, which I'll show you how I fix later, but it was a disaster. Oh my God, it was awful. Okay, so we're going to lay and I try and do things in assembly style. That's why I did 3 at a time, 3 at a time, 3 at a time. And it just saves, I think it makes my work more efficient. So there's that one on there. And when I'm positioning these on there, I'm looking at the top and bottom and the right and the left, the white space of the base card to make sure it's even. Somebody told me that one time, and it seemed to make a lot of sense for me because it wasn't always easy to get those things lined up, especially when you've got the tape on there. You've got one chance. Okay, so that's my insert, and I have those available on my website for you to download and print. But the thing is, most of my cards are made for people in sobriety, and most of my inserts are for people in sobriety. Like this one says, it's made for the love one. It says, love is what happens in the middle of an alcoholic's Anonymous meeting or something similar to that. There's one that says live and let live, and that's my whole storage system for them. And I will be doing a tutorial on how to cut them exactly, but basically you cut inside the dotted lines, and then you find the center, and then you cut the centers of both the vertical and the horizontal section. So right there, my cutting tool is only big enough to cut the sides. So I'm going to take it over to my bigger cutting board and find the center. See right there, it's 10. So I know I'm going to cut exactly at half. And then the other one, I will find the center and cut that right in half also. And there's all 4 pieces. And they end up being just small enough to fit inside a regular A2 size card and with a tiny little border. So, but I will be doing a tutorial on how to cut them, and I will be making a lot of inserts for people that are not in Sobriety that you'll be able to download and print for free. I will be doing that little by little, so you can go visit my website regularly and see what's new. This one is a different one that goes with the word die love, which is, I made these custom for this tutorial. Actually, it says, love and tolerance of others is our code, and then it tells you the name of and the book where it came from. It's one of the beautiful things about Alcoholics Anonymous, to be honest with you. There's some really cool stuff. So I found out, look what I did. I taped it on the wrong side. Oh my God, this is where it starts. The disaster starts coming into play. So as I'm doing this, I'm pulling very, very, very slowly. And I'm picturing in my mind that I'm going to be showing you how to fix this problem by removing it very, very, very slowly. But it doesn't quite work. I mean, you can get it off, but it leaves a little bit of a residue, which I don't realize quite yet, right? So I'm going to get my other one, and I'm going to put it in there, replace the insert and put it on the right side of the card, right? So got that one in there, and then I realized I did it to another one. Are you kidding me? So now I have to go back to my stash and find a new insert because I don't have enough, right? And again, I'm showing you very, very slowly. You peel that off and you'll be able to save the day, but it doesn't work. It's crazy. So this is where I go back to my stash and I find a new one. This is the one that says, is what happens in a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. So I figure out where the inside is, right? I'm not going to tape it to the top of the card. I'm going to tape it to the bottom of the inside of the card and make sure it's right this time. And as I grab my card, I feel, it's sticky. It even though I was able to peel it off, it left some residue. And same on that one. Are you kidding me? It's a disaster. Okay, so how am I going to solve this? I'm going to show you how to solve problems. I'm bound and determined. So get an eraser. That'll erase it. Or a fingernail file. That'll work. That'll rub it right off. Nope, that didn't work. So, let me think. What can I use? I get an eraser. That just left a big disaster. God, what a mess. But I did leave it all in there because I'm not going to start all over, right? I've got to figure out a way. So what I end up doing is cutting the whole thing off and just using this for what I used to call them lids, or a panel that goes on top of other cards. So those 2 pieces I have to throw out, or I can use them for scraps. And now I get 2 new card bases. But the thing is, those lids are on super thick paper. So if I get 2 more pieces of cardstock that are as thick as that lid, it's going to be way too thick. So I got my old standard Walmart cardstock, which says it's 110, which is where I got confused for the longest time. Oh, that I'm showing you, there's a envelope making thing on the back of that scoreboard. Anyway, so I went back to my old paperweight and of 110 Walmart, because it's not as thick as the one that I used for the lid. That's a cute way to line things up like that, right? So now it's on there right. And the paperweight is not so thick that it's ridiculous. There goes my phone. Okay, so now I'm not even paying attention. it's too close to the edge, and I'm trying to save it without sticking it down too close, and I'm able to actually get that one in there. Now, that was an old one that wasn't cut so it would fit in there nice and smooth. So once again, I take the lid and I remove the double-sided tape and I snap it onto place like that. It looks so cute, that little train. Now I have to get my, I cut off the difference. I never seem to cut them exactly the same. I don't know why, but it's just like a 1/16 of an inch difference. So I trimmed it to make it look professional. And here I am going to, I'm double checking. It's a full size, so I got to make sure it fits in there just perfect. Okay, so it's exhausting, I'm telling you. Anyway, there we go. Finally got that one done. And I've got all 3 done. Yay. I love these. Love. Ha. I made a joke. Okay, so they're really cute. Which one is your favorite? I think I like the train one the best. And then I got some pink envelopes I'm going to use and throw in a business card because I package these up and I sell them. I don't give them away. I do sell them, although sometimes I've been known to give them away. And if you order one of my coloring books off of my website, I throw in a couple for free all the time. So I'll put a link to that in there. So in goes the card and the envelope and a business card, and then I flip over that plastic sleeve. And I get those from ClearBags. I'll put a link again for that in the description for you, and the proper size. And the reason I fold the that lip part over to the inside is so that when I stack them, they don't catch on each other. And anyway, there we go. Card, envelope, business card. Rip off the seal and fold it over, and voila, 3 professional cards. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this whole thing. I'm super happy to be back. I will be doing new videos more regularly, and I just ordered a bunch of stuff from Spellbinders, who, by the way, have a great sale going on right now. You got to go check it out. I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.